Okay, this is the SAT ACT PowerPrep, and I'm going to show you some issues and ideas about how to navigate within the program. This will work for both the internet version and the DVD version. Alright, this is the main landing page, the main home page. It has your name up here, welcome, whoever, what program you're using, the serial number, the user ID, etc. Up here are some other buttons that can be useful if you want to log out. Obviously this. Refresh means to get you the current content version. Every time you log in, you'll get that, but if it's there if you wanted to actually manually refresh it. Settings is an interesting one. If you have more than one program, if you click on settings and then go to edit users, you can go back to this main page that shows you all the programs that you have. I was using, I think, this one right here. If you want to change your password, you can do it here. All right. Probably the two main places where you're going to have some navigation issues, possibly if they're going to come up, would be in the virtual classroom and then also in text resources. So let's take a look at virtual classroom first. When you first log into any of these main icons, you'll get a page like this that shows you that icon. This is the classroom. Up here is the breadcrumb. So as you navigate through this left-hand side, you'll find your navigation breadcrumb up here, the path that you're on. You'll also get to see your reporting totals here, and there's a next and a previous button here. So this is SAT Stardust. Each of these down here are showing right here. So we're in virtual classroom. This one has 7% complete, 21 of 320. This is the rest of them. Fast track tips, vocabulary, testing, and I haven't done any of those. Alright, so this left-hand nav is the same in each of the sections. So this is the classroom, this is the text resources, fast track tips, vocabulary is a little bit different, and so is this. So these three right here are going to essentially have the same left-hand nav. So I'm going to work within math and trigonometry. So as you navigate inside of any of the virtual classroom, when you get down to content, the format is you'll get video and then possibly some text, graphs, things like that. So in trigonometry, you're learning about angles, solving for angles, common angle values, and then here are some SOHCAHTOA is something you'll want to know about, and the 6 trig functions, something you'll want to know about. And then you'll get over to practice questions. So it has video and graphic type content, and then the practice questions, and I think this one has 3 practice questions that then test the information that you've learned over here. So let's look at practice questions. Practice questions is the terminology we use when we're in the classroom. If you're in the text resources, there's outlines, workbooks, and drill books. If you're working in the workbooks, the content that it covers is essentially the same as the content over here. Math, trigonometry. So we had solving for angles, common angles, value of angles, the unit circle. It's essentially the same information, but in the resources in the workbook, it's all text. So when you're working, it follows the same setup where it teaches you information and then it'll do a sample question. A sample question is the same as a practice question over here, and a lot of the sample questions will be the same as the practice questions in the video classroom, and then they usually add a little bit more information over here in in the text resources. So you can see the breadcrumb path that I've followed here: text resources, workbooks, math, trigonometry, angles generally. If I wanted to go back, these are live. So that's just taking me forward and backwards within the text resources. I can do the same thing here. Now I'm back at math. I can go back to trigonometry. It builds that. All right. Another navigation issue, if you click on a video or you click on a text piece, it will load it here and it will turn it blue. That means you've done it. If you don't want that to have been counted for some reason, you can always uncheck it, and that, for tracking purposes, now that won't track. Now let's go to practice question 1 here. So this is practice question 1 inside of trigonometry. Here are the answer choices, and you have a next button here. Since I'm on the question, if I click next, it's going to take me to the next question. Now I have a previous. That takes me back to question number 1. So as long as I'm on the questions, I can go next and previous through the questions. And if there are 15 questions here, it would just set up the same way. But once I answer one of the questions, let's start with number 1. Now I'm in the explanations. And this next button right here would take me to the explanation for the next question, because I'm in explanations now. So if I click this, now I have explanation for number 2. Previous takes me to the explanation for, and this one has some audio in it, that's why I'm turning it off down here. If I want to get back to the questions, I click this. Now I'm back into only questions. Let's get to explanations again. I answer. And you'll notice here there's another next button over here. It's a little bit confusing, but I think once you have this explanation, you'll understand it. Here's the explanation. I get down and there's more information here. I click the next button. I get to see the more information. Scroll down. I have a red stop sign. That means that's the end of that information. If I wanted to go back on that information, I can. So when the next and previous are over here, it's for that specific answer. Next here depends on if you're in the explanations or the questions. I'm in questions. All right, now let's look at text resources. Inside of workbooks, math, trigonometry. Here is the information, and here is sample question 1. And sample questions, you don't have an A, B, C, D, E that you can click on. It just asks you the question, and then the explanation comes right after it. One little interesting thing, this right here, this means you can pop it out if you had more than one thing you wanted to look at the same time. You can pop that out and still be looking at it. And I think you can pop out as many things as you want. And that's the same. No, that's a different one. And you can also print. So whatever is the active screen, if you want to print that out, you could do it. All right, that's a quick review showing you how to, some of the issues that could come up with navigation. It's a little more involved than probably what some people need, but it's a good review. Good luck.